Okay, so now we're into our project. My name is Tracy Rooks, and I'm with T-Squared Software. I'm the chief architect, and we've been working on the Kracken video series, and the last one was in creating the REST service. And I promised you at that point that you can go out and be able to create even the MVC layer, MVC4. So I asked you to go ahead and create the modeling diagram, and you should see that here. So that's what the modeling diagram looks like after you've created it. I'm assuming that you've selected all also and gone to the layout, the MVC UI elements. And if you have, then you should see something very similar to what I'm showing you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go out here and we're going to generate it. We're going to go to the UI tier solution and model, the second item on the list, and we're going to generate the solution. And while we do that, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, now you should see the screen that looks very similar to what you're looking at right here. And if you notice, you'll have a new UI MVC project. In this case, it's the namespace t2.cast.UI MVC. We're going to have to add our references, of course, to the our business and our common classes, as we always do. So we're going to go to solution and solution. We're going to add our business and our common classes. Some of the other things we want to do as well is we want to go out here to our framework. We want to have the system .runtime, that serialization. Yeah, I'm going to add that in a later model, in a later version, but for right now you have to add it. Okay, so we're going to add all those in, and we'll just double check to make sure they're all here. Yep, they're there. So if we now turn around and make this our startup project, all right, now we should be able to compile it, and the compile should compile everything and give us a real nice succeeded. Alright, so the build succeeded, and should be able to go out and just run it now and get a little idea for what's going on. Wouldn't click on too many things yet because we still have a lot of things to add to this, but this is a really good kind of test just to make sure that you got something running and something working that you can work from. And this will take just a minute to come up. And here it comes. Alright. As we keep going on, we keep trying to make our MVC layer better, and this is the MVC4 layer, which is really cool. So it's an HTML5, and that means it'll work on all your mobile browsers and a lot of other things, so it's going to be very useful in the future. As we go along, we'll create more and more templates for it. And it takes just a minute to kind of get started and get going and bring up the templates. Then everything should be working fine. Okay, so welcome back, and here it is. You can see it's done its thing here, and it's got home and about and contact, and you got a register and a login and several other things. Like I said, I wouldn't go clicking on them because you'll probably end up with some problems, but let's go ahead and release that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to our model, and part of the things we want to do in our model is we obviously have created some of the items like in the model, so let's just kind of look at those. We create our entities. You'll see we have standard, UI POCO kind of entity things going on. And it has all of our namespaces set, and it's inheriting from our common entity base, and has an I address UI. And so we have our interfaces and our entities kind of coming in here. We have some grid things that we're using for model binders to model bind our grids. This is to model bind a JQ grid right now. Later on we'll be using our own tables and other items. We have a number of helpers that we use for filtering the grids and for doing all kinds of little things, translations and things of that nature. You can check those out, or we'll go over those in a later video for you. Interfaces, our translators are already set, so translating between our business tier and our regular tier here, we have that all set. And we'll, in a later version, be translating directly to our proxy classes that hook to our REST services, so that's going to be real exciting when we get it. You can see there's not many views created yet, and that's the whole idea. We have an account and a home and just the bare minimum for you to get started with. So we're missing some view models. So one of the first things I want to do is let's just create some view models. And that'll take it just a minute. While that's doing that, I'll kind of, oh, there it is, sorry. kind of faster than I thought. There we go. So you see we got to count view models, and we got to count models, and all those kind of good things. And so now if you go out, you should be able to also build on that as well. You should get a successful, hopefully. Unless I'm again showing you how to correct a mistake that I made. So it takes it just a minute. All right, so that build succeeded. So now we need to create some controllers for all of our items that we have in our models. And so one of the things we want to do here is we want to go down to the UI controllers, and we want to kind of play with those. So we're going to create some controllers here for the UI, and it'll take it just a minute while it generates those. Oh, there they are. As you can see, we have a number of controllers that we can go over in later versions, but they're pretty exciting. I'm really excited about it. As you can see, there's a number of namespaces included, and there's just a whole number of things. Some of the standard stuff that you'll get is you'll get the add methods and the accordions and all the view methods to show the views, and you'll get all and updates and searches and removes and all those kind of items. These all hooked to our view models, which we generated before. So now everything again should go ahead and compile and go. Now we're going to be able to create some views, and these views, oops, got a little compile error here, up. Yeah, I got this spelled wrong actually. And I got a couple of others here that you need to correct, so you just kind of double click on them. Like, if you want to look at one of your other controllers, like address controller, and scroll down, you can see that we get all of our stuff when we're first coming in. We want to like determine the system identity and want to add that to the created by and the modified by, and do some automatic kind of things here, like this. Just a good mistake for us to go over so we can kind of see what we're doing here. And as for created date, we want that to be today, because it's an add kind of deal. So we got datetime.now. And like I said, these shouldn't be coming up, and so we'll work on seeing what we can do about correcting those. It's really something in the model as usual. And if you'll look, you'll see the model is just spelled wrong on candidate type. We were doing that in a previous version. We just did it quickly, so we'd have to go back and regen all those things. So some of the items in our architect's plan, let's look at that for a minute. And you'll notice that we have our view models there, and these are all the methods for our view models that we're setting. You'll notice we have all these different like new address forms, and these are all views. And to be honest with you, we could actually create these views from the view selection now. So we'll just click on one to create one for address. In our views. And you'll see we got a new address view, and double click that, and we're working currently on updating these to more normal Razor views, or Razor 2. These are Razor 1 views, so they all come up with the Razor 1 information, as you can see. And we'll need to adjust all this. Like I said, we'll be adjusting this as we go along, and you'll get a lot of the items. This happens to do a single page model as well, which is kind of exciting for us. We've been doing that for a couple of years now. So this is about all I have to show you today, so I hope you enjoyed it. And again, have a good day.